Yeah, hi, I'm Bharatbala. I'm a filmmaker. I've been on a journey of discovering stories of India from almost every nook and corner. We're creating a unique digital proposition of culture, content, and technology as an approach to capture some amazing, unique, untold stories from every remote corner of India, make them into short films. So, what is the uniqueness and the strength of this for tourism is that each of these stories tell us something very culturally rooted, and it comes from the people. They are human stories. And this is not something that you package in tourism, like every state, every country, destination have now a kind of a standard formula. But what we lose out in that formula is a sense of identity that pulls you to a destination. And that will come through when we tell short stories of people, places, art, performing art, poetry of the landscape, which then suddenly speaks the language of that space, speaks the language of the people, and that attracts you to go and discover, explore, and immerse yourself into a certain tradition, a certain art, a certain idiom that you went out to look for. So this, I would say, should be a new language or a new asset in the tourism industry, so that everybody can build from ground, from the strength from the ground. Because what is the strength of each destination? Is your own people, is your own culture, is your own art, and the landscape because landscape and art reflect each other. Landscape and people's stories reflect each other. If you put them together in an interesting way, compelling way, which you can then smell the landscape, you can hear the sound, you can feel the soil of that space, that will excite travelers, that will help you take home stories, emotions, which then become a part of your experience, part of you own that experience. That is very critical, and Virtual Bharat is a space where at the moment we are building about 1,000 stories of India, about people, we talk about great traditions, great art, great performing art. So we are curating those stories. And the most important aspect is the stories have to be timeless. You can listen to it today, you can sit back and view it 5 years from now, and then you'll remember the visit, the space that you had been to, linked with that story, which brings a much deeper emotional connect to your experiences.
So how difficult it is to find these stories for you?
See, fortunately for me, because of my travel across the country over the last 20 years, I've been constantly collecting these stories. And now, thanks to the democratization of the internet and the digital platform, you are able to put out the story for everybody to look at it. And all these stories have to be in its original language, so that you can feel the sound, you can feel the emotion of the people. And we have curated about 300 stories so far, and 1,000 is just a number. India has thousands of stories. But we have begun a small journey, we are proud about the journey, and what we do is we don't interfere in the story. In the sense, the story unfolds itself and tells the audience directly. So, which is like, for example, there's a story in Bahini Sahib in Punjab, where young girls, who are, at the age of now going to having contemporary lifestyle, are following certain traditions. In the village, they learn classical music. If you walk into the village in the evenings, the entire Bahini Sahib is resonating with melody of classical music. But these girls are learning classical music and also are having fun in their Facebook and Instagram, and they drive their scooters, play their games and go to malls, etc. but somewhere the preservation of art and culture is there. And once you see that story, you will feel like, I want to go to Baini Sahib. I want to hear the sound of this place. And that is something beautiful.
Thank you so much.